I thought I would just pop in here today, and this isn't the bag I wanted to do this with, but I'm gonna try it anyway, simply because I kind of like the look that it gives. All right, so this is just a Starbucks pastry bag where I ordered a cheese Danish at the drive-thru, and it's all documented on there. Anyway, what I did is I took it out very quickly and ate it so that I wouldn't leave any crumbs inside. But I folded this in thirds, and not exactly in thirds, because I wanted this front part to leave a little opening, and I might even put a little tab on it to help open it. But I'm going to make a little miniature art journal out of it. I've done this with several other bags of different shapes, and it works very nicely. The one thing that you have to do is glue down this pleat, because otherwise it kind of interferes with opening it. And I'm going to use tacky glue because it's very tacky and it works very fast. It doesn't ooze out, and watch it ooze out right after I said that. And it kind of just magically works. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other side. You want to do it as far as you can, end to end, from this end to that end, because otherwise you could end up ripping it as you're trying to open it sometime. All right, there we go. And I just did a thin little bead. You don't have to have a lot. See, there I almost got too much because it started to ooze out. But it doesn't run. It's not a runny glue. So even if you get a little oozing, you can pretty much wipe it up. There. Okay. You can see I folded this a couple times looking for the best shape, but that's okay. We're going to go with this one. And I'm going to glue this down because I quite like this sticker on here, so I don't want to lose it. That's a little too much glue, but I'm going to take some of that and I'm going to lift this corner up and be proactive about it and just add a little bit of glue so that it stays down. And I'll probably build up around it. But I like the girl's face out here, and I like having this pocket. Now, one thing that we might want to do is glue this down, just because it could interfere with putting something in the pocket. So I'm just putting a little bit underneath this part that sticks up, first of all. And I don't want to put it in between the other part because then the pocket will be glued down. All right, let's put a little more in right here. Kind of gently massage it around. There we go. And maybe a little right here. Try to get it right up to the edge of this fold. There we go. And just wipe it off. All right, now we have a nice pocket. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to cover up the girl's face, but I might, since this part shows, I might want to do something here, and we could use some jelly prints. Not so much maybe red. Red is a nice color. Red and green, they don't always mean Christmas. We could use yellow. Nah, I kind of like the red. So I think what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to fold this and see if I have enough width. Yep, look at that. That'll be perfect. Okay, I'm going to put the glue back on for a moment. And I'm going to use my paper slicer. I like my Fiskars paper slicer. And I'm just going to put this up to the edge. There we go. I'm going to try and get as much as possible because I have a little white on that edge. And I'm already going to have to cut off this part that I've chopped into. Right about there. Whoops. Oh, darn. Yeah, this one also has a, ooh, I made a rough edge there now. Has a creaser. I'm not sure what that's called, but I'll call it a creaser. And you don't want to use that. You want to use the cutter. Okay, get up there. There we go. Much cleaner. All right, let's see if that fits or if I can cut some off that other end. Yeah. Okay. So I can take a little bit off of here. And then I'm going to take just a smidgen amount off of this raggedy edge that I caused with this black thing. Yep, that's more than a smidge, I know. All right, so this will slide in here. And I might as well take it all the way so that it's not going to show only partially in there. And let's put that over there. I'm going to trace this flap somewhat. I wish I had my pinking shears here. I would use it to do a nice little fancy edge there. But I don't. I only have one pair and they are at home. I really need to get another pair. There we go. Save the rest of that for later. And make sure that this fits and that I cut it the right way. And that we like the look of it. Yes, I think we do. I do. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it in there. Grab my glue. And you could probably use two-sided tape. Now that I think about it. But I'm going to use glue. That's okay. I'll smear it so that it doesn't leave a stripe of glue like that. And I usually just take something out of the trash. Yes, I know I have paper in the trash. Don't tell Jody, my upstairs friend. She'll be down here in a hot minute looking to see what I gave away to the trash. All right. Nice and thin. There we go. Jody, bless her heart, makes something out of anything. She is so talented. And I just get to a point where you have to throw some things away. Okay, now, I just noticed that I glued it down just a smidgen, like a 1/16 of an inch below somehow. I'm not sure how I did that. I didn't think there was any wiggle room. So what I'm going to do is just dress that edge up, and I'm looking for my big, fat paint marker. This is huge. This puts down a huge line of gold acrylic paint. It is a Craft Smart. Look at that. You can't even drop it. It'll make a mess. Let me look for something here. All right, I'm going to use, no, that's too thin. I'm going to use, oh goodness, here, the back of this. All right, because you want to make sure that you have something. Look how big that tip is. My goodness. Yes, I've done whole borders on pages, just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. This thing is wonderful. And it puts out a lot of ink, so I kind of shy away from it. I'm going to try and hold it just on the tip. Wow, not bad. Look at that. I only went over by that little bit. Not bad. All right, well, that'll dress it up a little bit. Okay, stick that back in my tray. And glue on. There we go. And I don't really want to leave that gold on there. I've done so well keeping my mat clean. And the reason, I know you say, well, it's a mat. Isn't it supposed to get dirty? Well, no, because if it does, then whatever you lay on it is going to get some on the backside. Trust me, I've been there. Okay, so we have a front. And since this is a 3-part opener, what I'd like to do is I could put a little pad of paper or a sticker or some decoration over here, and then this will be the book. So I'm going to try and leave this up because it's wet, and I'm going to grab, let's see, if we're going to go with red, we could go red and yellow theme, and let's see what size we need this to be. So we don't want to go all the way to the edge. We're going to come down a little bit. And I'd say about that much on that side. So I'll start with cutting that. Okay, we got that straight. Yep. I see possibilities for this going on the other side. Okay, let's cut off some of these white bits because we certainly don't want that. So now we have this measured to go this way. And I'm going to come in a little bit from the bend. And let's see. About there. So this will be our standard page size. There we go. And I'm going to fold this in half to see how it looks. And we can cut out more pages this size. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Yeah. So we have a little book. This could easily go like in your pocket or your purse to take with you. What a neat little sketchbook idea. So now I can use this as the template size to cut out pieces of watercolor paper or other jelly prints, or these are some, I wonder if that would fit. Let's look. It might. And it doesn't have to be exact. It can be a little short. Yeah, let's take this one. All right, here's what we'll do. This is a little awkward. Let's move them over there. I'm gonna put this up against the guide. Oh, that's too far. And All right, I'm not willing to cut this. So here's what we'll do. We'll just cut as much as we have there, up to there. Ooh. No. We'll go with this one. And then we do want to keep, when it's possible, the width the same. The height can be a little different, but let's keep the width the same. All right. So when we fold this one in half, which is always a good idea to do these separately, because then this can nestle inside. Oops, and I did I fold it the wrong way? Because I could have swore. Oh, I did. Didn't I? Nope. Oh well, alright, it's easier just to do this. We'll just tuck it in here. You have to know how to recover from your oopses. There we go. Ah. Okay. So, come on. Now they nestle inside each other, and as long as we put pages in here that are, there's a red one, the same width, then that's fine. Let's see what that measurement is, and that might make it a little easier going forward. I'll take this out. Okay, it is almost exactly, we'll just make it exactly 5 inches. It was so close. All right, so yeah, now I have to refold this. That's okay. I'd rather make it something easy to cut. Ooh, wow, nail polish comes off on paper. Who knew? All right. There we go. 5 inches across is our measurement. So, since this is 8.5 by 11 paper, I should be able to get 2 of them out of it. And sure enough, here's 5 inches. I didn't fold it straight though. I can see that right off the bat. And I don't have my little bone folder here. It's over there somewhere. All right, so now 5 inches over here, and that will cut this. And then how high, let's measure this direction. And that is 5.5. Okay, so going this direction, there's 5.5. Straight, please. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. That's 5.5. So that's the height, right? They're so close. 5 and 5.5. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to fold this so that we know which way it goes. And if you want to throw some watercolor paper in, just to have something blank, you can. But I kind of like these prints as a starting place. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets. Folded in half is going to give us like 8 or 9. It does some weird turning of something into, you know what, and I'm not liking this after all. Since everything else is the same size, I'm going to save this for another book. All right, so anyway, we can always add more pages later, depending on how we attach this to the book. And I just wanted to make sure that we are still rolling and I haven't run out of space, quite honestly. All right, so I could staple it on here. Nah, don't really like staples. I think for the time being, I'm going to use some thread or embroidery thread, and that requires something that will puncture holes in here, like an awl. And if you don't have an awl, a bamboo skewer works really well. And I'm just going to have to go grab it, so I'm just going to pause you for a minute, but I won't do it without you, okay? Okay, and we're back, and I went and gathered my awl, which I've had for quite a while. I also gathered a bamboo skewer. They're very sharp, and I couldn't find the actual twine string that I wanted to use, which is thinner than this. But I'm going to go ahead and use this because that's what I found. I can always change it out later. That's the beauty of this particular style. So what I'm going to do, so you want to make sure that these are going to stay together. I should have grabbed some clips while I was over there. See, when I said I'm just going to jump on, I really jumped on. And you know, these are looking uneven the more I look at them. Maybe I just folded them unevenly. Gosh. Or maybe I cut them unevenly. So I'm just going to stick this in here and slice off this tiny little thing that's bothering me. Should have used scissors. Sometimes scissors are better. There. Yeah. Okay. So this is where our fold is. And I'm going to just kind of put 2 pencil marks because I'm only going to make 2 holes. I'm going to make one there and one there. But I'm going to put this in the fold because I don't want to have to try and line it up later. I should almost make 3. You know what? I'm going to make 3. That's why you put pencil dots. Alright, so there's the middle hole. This is really easy too, to figure out the middle of each third. Just fold it and kind of hit a little crease right there. So there's 3 dots. And ideally you would get a clip, maybe 3 clips, clip this all down, and then you would go in. I'm watching my fingers so that I don't get them. Go in with your awl or your bamboo skewer. There we go. And then you could put a piece of wire in there to hold place if you want, or you could put your string in. But meanwhile, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these pages out because I want to do something to the background. Okay, now this piece over here is going to be the opening piece, and I thought about, yeah, I could do that. If I cut this where that print ends, and at the end of this yellow, there we go. And then I'll have to trim the sides. Let's see. You want to leave a little folding room. You don't always want to go right to the edge. I mean, not the edge, but the fold. Okay? So I'm going to turn this over. You know, I have these lovely clamps that I just got, and I forgot all about them. And they really would come in handy right now. Okay, much better. I'm going to move that up just a little bit. hold that down. And this is just, I didn't measure it going this way, but it's kind of close. But this is just to get an idea of where to trim it off here. And I'm going to go inside this line because I don't want it to even come out that far. Okay. We can just trim it like this. And this might end up being a rough cut. If we need more, we'll give it more. Okay. So, scoot it out just a little. Oh, that looks perfect. I'm going to scoot that up there. Yep. Okay. On this one, I'm going to use my Elmer's Craft Bond extra strength glue stick. And I also usually have a magazine here. When you don't have a magazine, use a book that you're going to be altering or cutting up, or not a book that you're reading. Okay? Because if you do, then you'll have a few pages missing that you won't know what's going on in the story because they'll end up glued together. All right, great TV and film detectives. Alrighty. Nope, 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 nope. There we go. I had it quite crooked. Okay, and I think this corner didn't get any glue. That's what it feels like. I'll just put a little glue on there. And there we go. Now, where did that piece of, I think I cut it up. Oh, here it is. This piece of yellow that I used for the gold. I'm going to put my cap back on, because we all know what happens to glue stick when you don't put your cap back on. Alright, so here's what I want to do. From this fold, I'm just going to put a little piece of paper there to mask it. I'm going to go this way. Blowing on it a little. Always helps, right? And then I'm trying not to touch that, because that's wet. I'm trying not to touch that. Okay, I'll put this on the fold. And, oops, missed a little back there. There we go. Pick it up. Nice clean edges. Beauty-muss. Anyway, so the rest of it is for you to decorate how you like. I'm not going to decorate this whole thing, mainly because I can hear vacuuming going on out there, and I don't want it to interfere with things. But I do want to dress this up a little bit because that's going to be the front and back covers of this book. And then I'll cut some more pages. Probably plain watercolor paper. And I may even put a little notepad of pages right here, just to, you know, like kind of like post-it notes, but I don't have any post-it notes that skinny. So I might just make my own little pad of paper that can go there. And then that will be my book. I like this sticker on the back. I don't know, this is still a little wet right down there. And then I will, gosh, I want to close it so badly. I'm not going to. I'm normally very impatient. All right, and then I'm going to make a tie that goes around it that way so I can easily undo it. Okay? I will, let's see, it's been 29 minutes. I will post the finished product as the thumbnail for this video. And that way you can finish yours how you want. And we have the girl And the sticker, I'm leaving that all that way. And I'm just going to do something here. And then cut a couple more pages and attach it and a closure. And we'll call it a wrap. All right? Thanks for watching. Check back for more videos. Hit that little bell if you want to be notified of new things that are posted. Thanks again.